As you can see, I'm mad now. I was mad when I seen them. They killed my sister, and they say not guilty.
It was one of the most grotesque, surreal, horrific things I've ever seen. Complete recklessness, abandon, no regard for human life.
Linda Frickey is a victim of a truly horrific crime. Linda looks like the grandma that would welcome you in and bake you some cookies. Linda would be the kind of woman that would give you the shirt off of her back if you just ask. Instead, the perpetrators didn't ask. They literally took her shirt anyway, plus also her arm. Hello, my name is Holly, and this is The Murder She Shed, the place we discuss the dead right from my little she shed. Come on in and join us every week by hitting subscribe if you would like. Linda lived in West Wago, Louisiana, and was a wife to Ricky Frickey for 36 years. Linda was also a mother, grandmother, aunt, sister, friend, and loved by so many. Linda grew up speaking Cajun French in the Louisiana Bayou as part of a large, tight-knit family. Most of the siblings still lived nearby one another and had supported one another after Hurricane Ida tore through their area last August. Linda and Ricky's house was damaged during the hurricane, but insurance didn't give them any money to repair it. So they worked hard to repair it before they retired. They were hardworking people that worked for everything they earned. They didn't have much material-wise, but they had love for each other and all of their family. Linda was finally set to retire in 1 month. Her husband had just retired. The couple were looking forward to spending more time with their family. Instead, on March 21st, 2022, after leaving work in New Orleans and getting ready to head home, she was beaten, carjacked, and her body was dragged on the pavement for 1 block after her arm got caught in the seatbelt. The suspects are a 17-year-old juvenile male, a 16-year-old female, and 2 15-year-old juvenile females. Here is a surveillance video of this disturbing crime.
To me, it was meditated. I mean, they knew what they were doing, and then it was done. And it was a choice that we're going to do this.
4 juveniles now in custody for the horrific murder of 73-year-old Linda Frickey. He says during the attack, Frickey became stuck in the seatbelt as the teens drove away, dragging her from North Scott to Bienville and onto North Pierce.
In broad daylight, she was beat. One of the teens opened the driver's door and sprayed mace directly into her face. Another assailant stomped on her face. Linda was then kicked out of her vehicle, but her arm caught in her seatbelt. As they were dragging her, she was pleading for them to stop and to let her go. Her arm was severed from her body. Linda now lay bleeding to death in the street. Not only was she laying bleeding in the street, when it pulled her arm off, it also pulled her clothes off. She was laying naked in the street. Just think of this being your mother. A couple that witnessed the scene was yelling for them to stop too. The wife, Leanne, stated, "As soon as I saw her, I screamed. I just started running for her. I thought if I could somehow, I don't know what I could do, but I thought if I could dislodge her from this car. When I looked down, her body was already there, and her arm was, it's just not something you expect to see. She was laying there naked, and I thought the indignity she suffered, it was already too much." Her husband, Mark, stated, "Just to sit beside a woman who's a mother or grandmother and watch her fade away." As my wife said, we were praying. I was telling her to hang in there because every time I heard a siren, I was hoping and praying it was the ambulance. I kept telling her to hang in there, breathing. Her eyes were moving. I've never seen something so horrific. Linda's sister-in-law said it's just beyond comprehension. It's evil. And you just don't go from being in school to just taking a walk to killing somebody. It was murder, downright murder. The suspects dumped the car about 12 blocks away and ran. After surveillance pictures were shown of the suspects, two of their parents turned them in, thank God. John Honore, the 17-year-old, had a previous violent crime allegation charge in adult criminal district court that was dropped last year. It was another alleged carjacking. Just in August, the suspects requested their bond to be dropped to $50,000. It's currently set at $1 million. The judge did refuse to drop it. All four suspects have pleaded to not guilty verdicts, even though they were obviously caught on camera. At least in your final moment, be a man, be a woman, and admit to what you freaking did. I'm sorry. I don't know why, but this case really, really got to me. If it involves children or older people, it's very upsetting to me. It's wrong. It is wrong. At least admit you're guilty. They will be tried as adults, and if found guilty, will be facing a possible life sentence. Although this is a short true crime story, for me, I felt Linda's story needed to be told. Linda's husband is still grieving for the future they could have had after their retirement. The couple worked hard all their life for it to only end in the most vile way. This story should touch us all as human beings just trying to get by in a world so filled with evil. I could not get Linda's story out of my head after reading it. My thoughts and prayers go to her family and friends, and I hope that changes can be made in the justice system from Linda's death. Just horrible. I love you guys, and I hope to see you for Suspense She Shed Sunday. Bye. Bloopers now. Coming on now. Here we go. You ready for my crazy, crazy bloopers? There now. Bye. Every week by hitting subscribe if you would like. If not, well, not everybody likes a good Southern thing. That's all right. That's all right. To each their own. In the Louisiana Bayou. In the Louisiana Bayou. Tore through their area. Hootie. Instead, on March 21st, 16-year-old female and two 15. After surveillance pictures, and as I'm supposed to say, they're not guilty until proven in the court of law, even though it was on camera. Gosh, this little old lady, she could be baking cookies at her house. I don't know, it just was traumatizing to me. And I've covered a lot of hard crimes, but yet this one hit me in the heart hard. Here comes Simon. He always wants to tell his people bye. Yeah. Oh, there he comes. There's our baby boy. There comes our baby boy. Don't you, baby boy? You do? Yes, I do. Just wants to stay outside all the time, huh? He's a good little boy, and he just wants to tell everybody bye and that thank you for supporting my mama, and we love you. Have a great, blessed week, and I will see you for Suspense She Shed Sunday, won't we, Simo? Bye. Love y'all.
Thank you.